After almost a year of depressing home sales, are we finally starting to see some action? Welcome back. My name is Dan Chiasson, your favorite Toronto realtor dedicated to helping new buyers just starting their home buying journey. In this video, I'm gonna give you my thoughts on what's going on in the real estate market, where we could be headed, and whether or not it's a good time to start planning to buy a home or, well, not.
Good one.
As you're probably aware, 2022 was a bit of a, well, I don't know what to call it, but it was interesting. We were hit with 7 rate hikes that led to fear, inactivity, inventory issues, and a pretty big drop in home prices overall. Great news for some, pretty bad for others. Okay, so what the heck is going on out there? On January 25th, we got hit with another interest rate hike of 0.25%, putting us at 4.5%.
When will this nightmare end?
Well, maybe now? The thing is, it can be a bit confusing out there. The media is having a lot of fun creating headlines that might make you question what the heck is actually going on. One headline might be saying this, and then you'll skip to the next page and read this. All in the same week.
I don't know what to believe anymore.
What you hear in the media is that sales are at the lowest point since the 1990s, which definitely has some truth to it. What they aren't telling you is that in January, there were 3,000 home sales, and 2,000 of them took place in the last 2 weeks of the month. I don't know about you, but that kind of feels like a sign of recovery in the marketplace, which could explain why this headline was published. What you also hear is that home prices have been dropping for the last 11 months, but the stats are telling us something different.
Tell me more?
Yes, prices have dropped a lot since this time last year. That part is true. But if we pop open this graph right here, you'll not only notice some stability in the market, but even times where prices rise. But this is what the media is good at. It's okay to consume the news, I just wouldn't take every headline seriously without reaching out to a professional. Like I mentioned before, one person could benefit where someone else takes a loss.
I've learned so much.
So what now? Well, let's deep dive into these statistics and see what's really happening out there. The average price for a home in Toronto right now is $988,000, which hasn't been this low since January 2021. If we compare this number to January of 2022, which was last year, we were sitting around $1.1 million. That's a pretty decent drop of about $100,000 in 1 year. So what played a role in this lower price? Well, it's important to note that the average price can be directly impacted by sales volume of a specific property. Let me explain. If you look on the right, condos made up 55% of the total sales in all of January, with very few homes sold in the single family or townhouse segments. So basically anything above the $1.2 million range. Given the weight in the lower valued segments of the market, the average is, well, lower.
No shit.
So, as great as the average price may be as a statistic, it's not always reliable to follow. Look at the number more as a ballpark estimate to measure growth within the city. Alright, back on track here. There were 3,100 sales reported in the month of January, which did not see any significant change since the previous month. But we are seeing a 44% drop in total home sales, which means there are half as many homes selling since last year. This lack of inventory continues to be the reason we are seeing homes maintain their value. In fact, realtors all over the city have been reporting the return of multiple offers and even homes selling above list price. Could we be entering our spring market early?
I could see that as a very real possibility.
We've seen prices decline over the last 11 months, but maybe things are about to take a turn. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Alrighty, let's have a look at different property types and their average price right now compared to the month prior. Detached homes are averaging out at $1,486,000, down $120,000 since December, taking the prize for largest drop in 1 month. Semi-detached homes are going for $1,150,000, which is not seeing much movement since the previous month. Townhouses are at $981,000, and this is interesting because semis are up $100,000 since December. Condos are averaging at $711,000, down about $30,000 since December. Still the most affordable way to get in the market. Okay, so I want to take a quick break to ask you a favor. If you're still listening and you're enjoying yourself, all I ask is that you hit the little like button, give it a little tap, and while you're there, maybe even subscribe. I love making these videos and I would love to get them in front of as many eyeballs as possible. Thank you for the support. So, what do we do with all this information as a new buyer? The price of buying a home in Toronto dropped quite a bit during the past year, and the question most buyers have for 2023 is whether or not the downward trend will continue. Personally, I think that the bulk of the correction is behind us. The Bank of Canada has stated this. In January, we said we expect to pause the rate hikes while we we assess the impact what we've done so far. This pause is conditional. It depends on whether the economy develops as we think it will and whether inflation will continue to fall. The commitment to squash inflation by raising interest rates 7 freaking times in 2022 and once so far this year is making it very difficult for some buyers to qualify for financing.
That's right, we want some money.
But also created fear for the unknown, which is likely why sales activity dropped big time. Sellers aren't selling homes unless they have to, and buyers just decided to sit back and see what happens. The key thing to note here is that buyers are out there. Maybe they aren't buying right now due to increased carrying costs and fear of the unknown, but they are out there, waiting for the right moment to jump in. Now that the Bank of Canada has signaled for the possible pause of rate increases and potentially even rates to come down at the end of the year, I think maybe there's less fear when committing to a loan. So should you buy a home? Well, that depends on your individual circumstance. You have a down payment saved up, could be anywhere from 5 to 20%. Are you prepared to take on the interest rates that are currently available and comfortably pay your mortgage? Would you find comfort shopping for a home in a less stressful and less competitive environment? Do you see yourself living in this home for the next 5 to 10 years? Well, if you answered yes to all these questions, then it might be worth starting the conversation. I've been helping first-time buyers get into homes throughout this entire 2-year period of scary times, and each and every client that I got into a home is happy and, they think they made the best decision ever. So if you're ready, you could book a one-on-one chat with me by clicking my scheduling link in the description and selecting a time that works for you. Or just shoot me a comment and I'll respond immediately. I do really appreciate those that stuck around to the end. If you do enjoy my videos, please hit the like and subscribe button or the bell if you don't want to miss any future videos. If you want to start your home buying journey but you're unsure how much everything costs because there's a lot of things that cost a lot of money, or if you're curious how much to save for a down payment, what the unexpected costs could be that could come up at any time, then you gotta watch this video right here. It's gonna teach you everything that I basically just told you.